Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm Professor McBroom. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating topics in management. Whether you're leading a small project team or running a global organization, leadership plays a defining role in success. Let's explore what makes leaders effective, how leadership has evolved, and what we can learn from real examples. Leadership can be understood in two ways, as a process and as a property. As a process, leadership is about influence, guiding others towards shared goals without relying on coercion. As a property, it's the set of qualities people attribute to someone they see as a leader, things like confidence, integrity, and vision. Now, leadership isn't the same as management. Managers use formal authority to maintain structure and stability, while leaders inspire, align, and motivate people towards change. Think of it like this: a manager makes sure the train runs on time, a leader asks, are we even on the right track? Both are essential. Organizations thrive when leadership and management work hand in hand. Early researchers thought leadership was all about traits, the great man theory. They believed certain individuals were born to lead, but over time this approach fell short. Not all effective leaders shared the same traits. Today we recognize that while traits like emotional intelligence, integrity, and self confidence matter, they're not the whole story. Behavioral researchers at the University of Michigan and Ohio State University shifted the focus to what leaders do. The Michigan study identified two styles. There's job centered leaders, which is focused on tasks and performance. Employee centered leaders focus on relationships and motivation. The Ohio State studies added two independent dimensions: initiating structure, defining roles and setting goals; consideration, showing respect and concern for people. Both dimensions can exist together, and the most effective leaders balance structure and consideration. For example, take Mary Barbara, CEO of General Motors. She's known for her balance, decisive and structured when leading massive change, yet deeply considerate of her team's input and well being. She created GM's Speak for Safety program, empowering employees to raise issues without fear. That's consideration in action. As leadership research evolved, scholars realized there's no one size fits all leadership style. Effective leadership depends on the situation. Let's look at the three major situational models. Fiedler's LPC theory. Fred Fiedler argued that leadership effectiveness depends on both a leader's personality and the situation. He used something called the least preferred coworker LPC scale to determine if you're more task motivated or relationship motivated. Then he looked at situational factors like leader member relations, task structure, and position power. For example, a task oriented leader might thrive in a crisis, a highly structured, high powered situation, while a relationship oriented leader shines in a collaborative, creative team environment. Fiedler's key insight matched the leader to the situation. Next, we have the path goal theory, developed by Martin Evans and Robert House. This model says leaders motivate followers by clarifying the path to goals and helping remove obstacles. There are four leadership styles in this theory: directive, setting clear expectations; supportive, showing concern for followers' needs; participative, involving employees in decisions; and achievement oriented, setting challenging goals and expressing confidence. For example, at Google, project leads often use a participative style, encouraging engineers to share ideas and shape project direction, which keeps innovation alive. Then there's Vroom's decision tree approach. Victor Vroom and his colleagues proposed a decision making model that focuses on how much subordinates should participate in decisions. Depending on time, complexity, and team expertise, a leader might choose to decide alone, consult individuals or groups, facilitate a team discussion, or delegate entirely. Imagine you're leading a hospital emergency team in a crisis. You decide quickly, but for long term policy changes, you'd involve your team to ensure buy in and creativity. Today, most effective leaders, like the CEOs for GM or at Microsoft, demonstrate flexibility. They read the situation, adapt their style, and balance results with relationships. Barbaro's leadership shows that trust and empowerment can drive transformation, while Nadella's empathetic approach reshaped Microsoft's culture from internal competition to collaboration and growth. So, to wrap it up, leadership isn't about titles or authority, it's about influence, adaptability, and authenticity. Ask yourself, what's your natural leadership style? How do you adapt when the situation changes? And how can you build trust and motivation in those you lead? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share your thoughts below. I'd love to hear your take on what makes a great leader. See you in the next video.